Hi everyone, my name is Rembrandt Avila, top 9 in the 2019 Investograms Trading Crop. I'm improvising right now using my cell phone as I record this video. I'm really sorry if I'm not physically there. My mother-in-law is currently confined in the hospital for stage 4 anaplastic thyroid cancer. As a matter of fact, the doctor has just ordered morphine IV drop to relieve the pain. My deep gratitude to the whole Investor team for your prayers and understanding on this. Let me proceed with my Trading Cup defense. If there be any questions after this one, please do send me an email or engage me in the investor chat tool. Even long after this defense is over, I'll be more than willing to provide you with any help I can. A little background about myself. I'm based here in Iloilo. I'm married and have a 5-year-old kiddo who I personally take to school, after which I take my wife to the office. She's a government employee, and then after that one, I head back home to this little work area I have in time for the opening of the market. I started being exposed in the stock market back in 2013. Didn't have any mentor. I was a lone wolf, so to speak. I just read books and whatever material is available in the internet. I don't suggest that you do the same, that you do it all by yourself. You can get someone to teach you the ins and outs. That would be better, as it will shorten your learning curve. I had my portfolio decrease by as much as 50% in my first year, and that was the time when I took out a loan from Citibank. I was thinking then that I will have a better leverage and that 12% per annum interest is very manageable. I can get it in just one trade. But uh, as we know, some things don't work out the way we plan it. You can be in deep red no matter how much work you put in this field. That's actually what happened. I had several instances when I thought I wouldn't be able to recover, but in this field, you don't give up. As in life, you always look for ways to make the situation better. You keep on going. On July 2018, I joined Investagrams. I thought of the name, what is essential at stock market and beyond, because I want to be constantly reminded of what is really important. Now, trading can be difficult, but there are available options out there that can make it easier. Say, for example, Investa Prime or the tools that you have there, even for free, the supporting resistance, the charting, all of this you can incorporate in your strategy. My market approach. Stock prices are driven by a variety of factors, but ultimately the price at any given moment is due to supply and demand. No matter how good the company earnings are, no matter how good the news is, if there's not enough to create a demand, then that's no trade for me. As a day trader, I look at the market sentiment to gauge the overall feeling of market participants, as this will greatly affect the day's activity and price movement. I actually opened an account with 5 brokerage firms, one with Wealth Securities. You only need 10,000 to open an account there. BPI Trade, 5,000. Call Financials, which I believe most of us here are into. And I also have BDO Nomura and First Metro Sec. For that one, you just have to link your savings or checking account with BDO or Metro Bank. Okay. I incorporate 3 things in my strategy: technical analysis, fundamental analysis, sentiment analysis. The reason I have this numerous accounts is because I want to access the stack analysis of different firms. I want to know their feel of the market, have that incorporated in my opinion of the market, and from there on, um, strategize on what should I do for a particular day. before the market opens, at the very least, I check on PSE for the latest corporate disclosure, CNN for international news, ABS-CBN, and Business World for local front, and Bloomberg, of course, on how the global market is faring, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P, and the likes. Has been said that there are two rules in investing. Rule number one is never lose money. Rule number two is never forget rule number one. But in trading, we all know that losing is inevitable. So what we should do is to manage risk always. You cut your losses early on. Do not lose more money than you have already lost. There are a lot of ways to put it, but the bottom line is you protect your capital at all times. Manage risk always. Continuing on with my presentation, here's the summary of my trades. Top gainers are now Fruit and KPPI. Now, these three actually contributed more than 80% of my total realized gain of 16,112.35. Now, if you see here at the bottom, Tech, one big trading mistake here, which actually dwarfed all the other losses. Okay, the reason of which is because I didn't follow my trading plan in cutting loss early on. These are the Trading Cup winning trades. Let me give you a little walkthrough on one of my gainer now. I mainly buy on pullbacks. Okay, so here on October 8, now disclosed a press release regarding its 2-year fiber air service agreement with Brentpro. Now, the next day, it was up 3%, closing at 2.80. It got my attention. I didn't enter it right away. Most of us know that this stock has a history of reacting quickly to news events. The following day, it was up 6%, closing at 2.97. It was poised to break the psychological resistance at 3.0 and break it did, reaching a high of 3.07, up 3.36% on the third day. I was ready to make a trade, but I didn't want to chase the price. I stick to my pullback strategy and placed an order just 2 notch above its immediate support at 2.80. On that same day, October 10, it pulled back indeed, and order was consummated in the afternoon session. You need to be patient at times to have a better entry price. After all, money is traded by sitting, as they say. Now, the reason why I sold it is because there was lack of interest already in that particular stock. There was no follow-through buying. And it proved to be a good decision because had I not disposed it, all gains would have been wiped out in the days that followed. Next, gainer is Fruit. Everyone was excited with the Fruit IPO in those days, and a lot were hoping that it can somehow replicate the debut of KPPI. But unlike the latter, which only sold around 67 million shares to the public, this one offered 533 million shares with an over-allotment option of up to 68 million shares. Mabigat dalhin, ika nga. But in the stock market, anything goes. Anything can happen. It went up by as much as 45% on its opening day, but only to close with a meager 1.78% gain. On its second day, it plummeted by as much as 16%. The stock proved to be very volatile, so I waited for it to form a base. On the third day, it ended in the green with 6% gain, closing at 1.51. It seems like it was poised for a bounce. Being a pullback trader that I am, I waited for an opportunity to get in. The following day, it did pull back, and my order was consummated at 1.46. Knowing that this is a volatile stock and considering that There were lots of false breakouts lately. I locked in gain at 1.57, 7.53% from the buy price. The ask side was getting thinner and the ask side was getting thicker and the bid side was getting thinner. So I locked in the profit on that same day. Okay. In the 6 days that followed, it plunged to 1.08 or a total of 31% from the selling price of 1.57. You see here? Same with now. If I didn't lock in my gain, it would have been wiped out. Not only wiped out, but it would have turned profit into a loss. All right. Top three gainer is KPPI. Now, knowing the price movement pattern of a stock will greatly help in minimizing one's loss or preserving one's gain, for that matter. After KPPI failed to break its resistance at 13, I waited for it to pull back to its immediate support at 11. This stock has a history of ceiling plays, and I, along with others, were waiting for its big move. I waited for 5 days, but the crackdown on Pogo, along with the negative news, dampened the sentiment on KPPI and other stocks. When it failed to break its resistance at 12, I decided to lock in profit at 11.96, walking away with 6% gain. It pays to be updated with the current events and overall market sentiment. Now, which makes me go back to my point that when you approach the market, you do not only use technical analysis, you incorporate it with the market sentiment, with the fundamental analysis. Put this all together, and I believe you'll gain an upper hand. All right. My pullback strategy. So I look for a stock that is trending on a stock that has a sudden major move in price driven by a catalyst like a favorable news, press release, and the likes. Now, if the established trend is upward, then the downward price movement or pullback is an entry point. Place a buy order at or just above the immediate support. Cut loss at predetermined level. Personally, I set it at 5%. Now, this is important, especially with the current market condition. Lock in gains. Add small daily wins to long-term profit. You react to the market condition and you react accordingly. On the other hand, these are my losing trades. Look at tech. This one, I suffered a 15% blow on my portfolio on that single trade alone. And why? It was because I actually didn't follow my trading plan. I didn't cut loss early on. Now, I bought tech on that day because RSI was oversold and there was news on that particular day that the US-China trade deal was in the offing. And as we all know, this can serve as a catalyst to this hardly beaten stock. My timing was off though. It still went down and went down, wiping out as much as 5,000 pesos in my trading portfolio. And it was a costly mistake. I suddenly found myself nowhere near the top 100, barely a month before the end of the competition. But mistakes do happen and disappointments come, but you don't succumb to it. You get up, back on your feet, shake it off, and learn from it. I know that it's easier said than done, but then again, it can be done. That's what is needed in order for us to recover our losses. Odds may seem against you, but keep going. From bottom part of the ranking, I slowly worked up my way again and ended at top 9 in the 2019 Investigums Trading Cup. In my real trading portfolio, I'm now up 7.5% for the year. I have taken 39 trades so far. It's not much, but it's in a green territory despite of the market condition despite of the coronavirus, the global turmoil, the travel restrictions, the Taal volcano eruption, the tirades of the president against Manila Water, Ayala's, Pangilinans, and the Kunsujis. There's always something out there that will affect the market. But wherever the condition is, please do remember that there's a silver lining. There's always an opportunity that you can find. You just have to look for it and react accordingly. Right now, year to date, I'm up 7.5% on my real portfolio. I'm all cash, 100% cash position, and waiting for the right opportunity to get back to the market. As a final word, Jess Livermore is regarded as one of the best trader this world has ever seen. He was one of the richest in his time, but sadly his life ended with a gun in his head, and his son also committed suicide. I wish you to become a good trader, not only in the financial market. I, I wish you to become a good trader in life. Do not trade off your relationship with your family and loved ones, with career and money. Yes, you may have big financial profit, but at the end of the day, this could mean nothing. Do not just work in achieving financial freedom, but please work in achieving a balanced life, a life that you can be proud of, not only at the end of the market, at the close of the market, but more importantly, at the end of your storybook. We can probably ask ourselves once in a while, what is really essential at stock market and beyond? Once again, my name is Rembrandt Avila. Thank you so much to the whole Investagram team, and thank you to all of you watching this video. I wish you well. I wish you a good life. Thank you so much, everyone.